what I that's what I was doing, and that was unfair to him. It really was. I take ownership. I don't know if I explained that good because I mean, get sidetracked. I feel like, how do I say this? We still stayed. What it felt like was a relationship. It was still like ongoing, and so even though physically I wasn't there, we still stayed in communication. But then when it was like we started having those hard conversations and kind of like weren't on the same page, do y'all really think that fine Negro wasn't outside? Like, that wasn't the case. But I also know that we always end up circling back to each other. And though there wasn't an official breakup and we didn't say we were done, it was some ups and downs. It was some ups and downs. And I feel like, just to be fair to him, I didn't give him what he needed in that moment. And I didn't even realize it. I didn't understand it. I didn't understand that that's not what that's what I was doing. And that was unfair to him. It really was. I take ownership. I don't know if I explained that good because I mean, I get sidetracked. I feel like,
but real talk, I did see some defensiveness. It was there. It was there. And to be fair to you, I understand why you would be defensive. I understand why this would come across as an attack, because it could have been handled privately. So I understand the questioning of why the first time we're having this conversation, why is it at my job? Why is it on a show? That makes sense to me. That tracks. So I don't think you have to deny the defensiveness. You don't have to deny it. You can acknowledge that it's there.
Did I deny it? I just said I was ready to eat. I was at lunch.
Okay.
Hibachi. Sorry. But no, seriously. Because he showed up at my job, and it's just, and I kept saying that. Of course, they cut that out because I guess that's breaking too much of the fourth wall. I was just like, yeah. It was just all awkward. It was a lot to process at once.
Okay. So that's the situation. That's a little bit of the background, or look at the scene that was set up. And I know we're dancing on this fine line as we have this conversation about you taking responsibility for your part in the actual breakup, how y'all even got to this point where you got your ex sitting in front of you while you're filming, which can feel surreal in itself. So we'd have to dig out of the show and go back to some of your real life events if we were going to add content.
It would be Dion if you didn't.
So there's a part where you start to walk down the timeline, and
I was wrong in that timeline too. But go ahead. Sorry.
Gotcha. So there's a time where I think you can clear this up here in this space. So kind of go back. I know they introduced a timeline in, what was it, episode 1 or 2 of you all kind of breaking contact in January. So I don't know. Do you want to address that? Do you want to address the timeline? I'm gonna let you set the pace for this.
And it will come up on the show, so I'm kind of not sure. I hate when people are like, she's so ambiguous, but again, I'm trying to give y'all what y'all deserve, which is Mental Mondays and the processing of all the things that go into what you're seeing. So in December, I
know. I know.
See, this is where we have to start putting people in timeout. Because that's not what we're here for. Brittany won. So Dion calls me a runner. And when situations get very, I would say, even though I was in a committed relationship with Moses, things got it was a incident that occurred that scared the bejesus out of me. And we thought we were pregnant. And he was so excited. He was so happy. I remember throwing up and him holding my hair and looking up at his face and how excited he was. And he was like, I'm happy, I'm happy. And I'm sitting there like, oh my God. Because I believe in my therapy sessions, I've learned that I had a lot of trauma while I was pregnant. And so it triggered some things in me, like, I'm not ready. Like, I'm not ready. I'm still dealing with things from my past relationship. And I don't want to bring my kid into another kid into a situation where it's just a lot. And so, and I guess I could have been more mature in the situation and explaining to him how I felt. I just kind of really disconnected and never really came back to see him.
You are not going to get about what other people think about.
If I listen what I hate, I gotta say, I never give a broke bitch any time of day. You ugly when you jealous, bitch. Look at that face. I'm hot right now when you're not, okay?
You know what I find funny? That people have the audacity to comment on someone else's life knowing damn well their own is not right. Their teeth ain't right. Their credit ain't right. Their pH ain't right. Their money ain't right. Their health ain't right. Their house ain't right. Their car ain't right. Their relationship sure in the hell ain't right. I'm gonna need y'all to go find you a business or make one to mind. It's just a little bit of my advice on this beautiful Wednesday. You all have a blessed day. Okay?
I think at the end of the day, I am defending the idea that you don't understand me. It's not about whether or not what I did was right or wrong. It could have been wrong. But I want to feel like you understand why I made the choice that I made.